Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for this amazing program. I have a special, very special guest with me today, an amazing personality. I am more than delighted and honored to welcome our esteemed guest today, and it's no one else but Ekaose Mon-John Nwadiani, who's the CEO and founder of Vansuya Food Corp and Hybis brands, man, the best here in Vancouver. You need to come to BC to see the guy. Oh, as a CEO, he brings an impressive wealth of experience in sales, in marketing, and business development across various industries. His commitment to making a difference is evident through his recent initiative, the Vansuya Food Bank, which tackles food insecurities within the ACB community. Food insecurity is huge in our society right now. He'll talk to us about all of that. With an MBA and a strong passion for advancing the Black community, Ekiose is not only a leader in his field, but also a sort of inspiration to us. So please join me in giving a very warm welcome to no one else but Vansuya himself, the Suya in Vancouver like this, Ekaose Mon-John Nwadiani. I am excited and we're all excited to get your insights and experience today. Welcome to today's, as we celebrate the Black History Month. So tell us about yourself.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It's quite an honor to be able to share my story and you know, kind of inspire other people who want to go into business or even want to achieve something in life, even if it's 9 to 5. Um, I'm fondly called people call me Ike. And I'm from Nigeria, Delta State to be precise. I moved to Canada in 2017 for my master's in business. You know, when I was in Nigeria, I studied economics and statistics as a first degree, and I didn't really like it. I literally did it because my dad, who is an amazing inspiration, for me, is an academia, right? So my mom is a professor, my dad is a professor. I was born into the academic, background. In Nigeria, when you're in that kind of environment, when they ask you what you want to be in life, you want to be a medical doctor,
You don't have a choice.
a lawyer. You don't get choice now, and at the end of the day, I wrote my first jam and I failed woefully. And then I had to, like, I told my parents I don't think this is for me, and I tried going into social sciences, and that's how I ended up in economics. And at the end of the day, when I was in university, in Nigeria, you must graduate with a 2-1 or a first class, you to get job, and I graduated with a 2-2. Haha. And my dad, as a professor, said he's not gonna go around to be looking for a job for me. And then it dawned on me because and now I had to start thinking about how do I fend for myself. And I remember, I know in university, I was very active in politics. I was a public relations officer, and I used to be a people's person. So I felt like, I've been able to gather skills and I've been out there connecting with people, networking.
Mhm.
I can use that to even help in solve a problem. So I started a marketplace on social media where I would go to small, medium businesses and reach out to them and say, hey, I can promote your business. Just pay me a 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira a week or 2 weeks, and I'll promote it. And it was working because I built a network of people and I was very popular in school. So I had a lot of friends and followers that were active on social media then. That was what we call influencing right now. I think we're one of the first influencers at that. I'm just joking, but it was influencing. But we were doing that for businesses. I would go to businesses and train them how to use social media to promote their brand, how to run advertising. I didn't even know these things, but I would read and go learn, and they'll pay me 100K for a training. And then, I understood that business was for me. I love solving problems. And when I wanted to do my master's, I said it has to be a master's in business. But my parents, as in Nigeria would say, my dad wanted me to be in economics. And he was like, no, you can't go on. What are you doing in business? I was like, I'm living in Lagos now. And I know what it is to be a business person. Being a professor in Nigeria, they pay you peanuts. It's just a fact. But when you have a business and you're very advanced in it, you get opportunities, especially with what I've seen in Lagos. I went to University of Benin, so I understood that there's a huge difference being in a commercial city and in a very low-key city. So that's how I came to Canada to do my MBA. And I wanted to pursue my studies and understand more about business and see how I can be able to set up my own business down the line. So that's me. And I mean, down the line as we talk, I'll be able to share how I set up my business.
Just you speaking about your personality has actually just give me an insight into something. Sometimes our parents have a path for us,
Yeah.
but somehow God also directs us to our own paths.
Oh
I
yeah.
liked what you talked about your personality. Yes, you failed the jam, but you did something else.
Yeah.
And you actually walked into what has brought you to limelight by
Yeah.
accident, in quotes,
Yeah.
but again, not necessarily by choice.
Yeah.
But because you said, okay, well, this is what they wanted, what? I did this one. And again, in doing that, you
Hmm.
found your passion
Of
and you
course.
realize that being a people person, what if I use that as my strength?
Yeah.
There are people who will cry and say, you know what, nobody wants to help me. Oh, I've not done well. My parents said that if I don't do this, this is my lot in life. But you didn't look at all of those.
Yeah.
You carved a niche for yourself, using what you know, understanding yourself and saying, you know what, this looks like a kind of giftedness that I can actually convert to money. And you started small. And when you saw that it was growing, you said, Benin is too small, it will not work. You know what? Let me go to
Exactly.
where the big boys are.
Right.
That is wisdom.
Yeah.
Again, I love the three things that I noted down as we were speaking is number one, you notice you were a people person and you
Yeah.
were very influential. Like you said, you were the people that started this social media influencing thing, but you didn't know what the name was,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And you used that. And you talked about networking,
Yeah.
the power of networking, the ability to influence people, and again to solve problems. You had three skills that were key. There's
Yeah.
some people you ask them, what do you are? Say, I'm a medical doctor. Is that all? For them, that is all they are.
Exactly.
But not knowing that there's much more to you, which are like your soft skill that you can actually begin to use to make money. This is exactly what you did. Oh boy, Oga, I doff my heart for you. Now tell us, so how's your journey been when you got to Canada? How did you start the business? You already started doing it in Nigeria, but that was a
Yeah.
totally different terrain. So
Yeah.
how's your journey as a Black entrepreneur influenced your approach to business and leadership in Canada? You give us a small tip of why it started. So
Yeah.
tell us how your journey was from doing what you were doing, coming over to Canada, totally different culture and totally different background. So please
Yeah.
tell us.
So I mean, when I came in here, my parents had, they've worked hard to put in some money to send me to Canada to do my master's. I remember when I was coming here, we made a deposit of about 7,000 US dollars, and then dollar was not that crazy, but and I landed here and I realized that the school fees was about $38,000. And I told my parents, and they're like, "Oh wow, you have to work hard to also help us." So we have three kids, so it dawned on me, after leaving university a lot of years and working in Lagos, I I've learned to be independent. Now I had to use that independent skill that I've gained in Lagos to be able to even develop myself here. So I got into doing like I was a janitor, I was a cleaner, that's what they call cleaning. I used to do a couple of jobs as a student and um sell credit cards in gas station. I was doing that credit card sales to be able to in gas stations and in grocery stores. I was using that to connect with people, learn how to speak properly, intonation and all that kind of stuff, get into the culture and be able to network like I wanted to. And I met a couple of amazing people, down the road. And I also came to Canada not knowing how to cook. My mom told
You're
uh,
joking.
I'm serious.
You're joking. No, no, come on, come on,
Yeah,
come
I
on.
didn't know how to cook.
You're joking.
Say in Nigeria, our parents go talk, say, the way the Nigeria be, you go do like say, boy, they go kitchen, all those kind of things. So if my mama they cook that time, I go just say, man, I'm relaxing. Don't worry, one day I'll have a wife, I'll have this. But when I was coming, my mom was like, hey, it's too late now. You haven't learned how you gonna do this. I was like, don't worry. when I come Canada, I go find girlfriends. But you know, I landed to Vancouver. I didn't see my black people. I didn't see Nigerian restaurants. I couldn't even. I remember the first time I went to McDonald's. I asked them if they had meat pie or egg roll because I couldn't see what I was used to. It was my first time on the plane, first time in a Bodo Bowl, and you know, I miss those Nigerian. You know, at least I live in Lagos, and you know, the street you see bole, you see bread, you see granules, popcorn.
And where going?
While going, you stop on the street when going to work, you grab your lunch and your breakfast. I couldn't it was a different and I was not eating Burger King, A&W burger that I've never eaten in my life. So I did too much weight and I called my mom one day. I said, I must learn how to cook this thing. No, it's the apple. So my mom started teaching me. I remember the first egusi I made. She gave me this dry ugu leaf. She gave me Nigerian stuff when I was coming, just hoping that we, you know, play with it. But I never did. So one day I was like, I want to learn. She told me, okay, make egusi since you have ugu, dried ugu. So I made egusi. She showed me to the process. But the last step, she didn't tell me. She told me just put the vegetable. She didn't tell me I need to soak it. So I remember putting the dry vegetable in the egusi. And when I was eating, I was like, mom, this is it's very dry. Oh." She said, you did not soak it.
Oh my goodness.
So that was my first blunder cooking ever. But I got better as time goes, as time went on. And in school, I used to have a couple of classmates that were also missing Nigerian food. And we would take the train from Vancouver to Surrey to buy African stuff to even try to eat or cook. So in COVID 2020, we were sent back home to work because of COVID, and I was home trying to, you know, do all that is after work because we couldn't interact with people. And a friend of mine taught me how to make suya, and I, you know, after work, I went to find the ingredients and I made suya. I gave it to my wife and my roommate to try, and they really loved it. And I was like, oh, maybe um I could use this to bring the community together. I was like, okay, that's how I decided to come up with Vansuya itself. And we started off from my basement suite in my house. And it was getting bigger and we were busy. I would wake up in the morning on the weekends. I would grill with my oven. I would go do deliveries as far as Abbotsford, Chilliwack, every part. We used to get friends to help us with deliveries. And we got so busy because I didn't want to blow up the house. My landlord was worried. We had to go get a commercial kitchen to start doing things legally. And that's how we started off, you know, with a restaurant. And currently we have two locations. We still have the Vancouver location. We have a physical location. And we've grown. We've been able to help our people with jobs, and all that kind of stuff. It's been amazing. It's been tough, but with resilience and hard work and focus and the spirit of networking and building that community, a lot of my strength again has been social networking. So when I came to Canada, I used to go out a lot and I connect with people. I'm never quiet in a room. I want to know who you are. I want to chat with you. I want to just have you as a friend, even if we don't have any thing to do together. But you know, you never could tell. So when I create businesses or when I start a business, my social network is what helps me promote. Because again, going back to my, you know, my digital marketing days and influencing, I was able to build a marketplace with over 10,000 people on Facebook and Instagram. And I was promoting people's businesses. So I know the integrity of using social network to be able to grow your business. So I use that skill to be able to grow Vancy and, you know, to where we are right now. And it's been a great journey, not easy, but the community has been very, you know, supportive. And you know, because you know, if you come to Canada as a black man, you know, you can't, it's different if you're born here. Like you
Yeah.
gotta work your ass off. Sorry to use that word, but you gotta work hard to be able to open those doors. Because we're not in, I remember when I came here in 2017, you can literally see a lot of black people, but now we're having people come in, and it's encouraging to see them support.
Yeah, that's so amazing. Just sharing your story about what you said. Again, I like going through the process of how people started. You said when you came to Canada, you didn't even know how to cook.
Yeah.
You stumbled upon cooking again. The Vansuya thing, the restaurant that was actually born out of a need that you saw.
Yeah.
Looking for meat pie and not finding it, looking for egg and not finding it. And again, seeing the other community members
Yeah.
and everyone looking for the same thing. For you, you saw an opportunity in
Yeah.
that. First of all, let's use this to even build the bridge to bring ourselves together. Because if someone
Exactly.
knows there's someone who does a Nigerian thing somewhere,
Yeah.
others will look and locate for them. When I came here, I came directly to Abbotsford and I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So when I see a black person, I'm like, really? Are there
Yeah.
black people in this place? What's going
Exactly.
on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was so strange to not see people here. It was such a strange feeling. I
Yeah.
remember when I saw that people, I'll be so excited. And I'm like, wow, you mean I'm
Yeah.
not the only one in this place?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also had that same feeling of, oh, where can I get things to buy? Where can I meet other people to network? I love everything that you did. Looking at your journey as a janitor, you started cleaning, credit card sales, even from the gas stations to the superstore, and again, getting to the culture. You did not allow the fact that, look, I'm a stranger. You looked for ways to integrate yourself into the community.
Yeah.
And again, just talking to people and making that sales improved your language. Because whether we like it or not, when you come, it's not the same.
Of
You need to
course.
begin to learn how to speak like that. When I was in customer service, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't say, what did you say? Can you give the phone to someone else? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not speaking English. I've been speaking all my life. He said, sorry, we can't. Can you please pass the phone to someone else? And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're kidding me, right? That's
Yeah.
supposed to be a joke and
Yeah.
all of that. But again, you looked for a way to improve yourself.
Yeah.
And in doing that, some people would have done that grumbling, murmuring in anger, in resentment and bitterness and say, moreover, where I'm coming from, did they send me here?
Of
But
course.
you took that and you turn it into purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, I am doing this work. This is not where I'm going to. It's not my bus stop. It is
Yeah.
actually it is my road. I'm actually on a journey
Of
to
course.
somewhere. So
Yeah.
this is just a phase.
Yeah.
And you made the most of it. For me, that is actually amazing. And when your business started, I love the fact that you started exactly where you were
Yeah.
from your basement.
Yeah.
And again, back to your network. You
Yeah.
didn't start going out to the people that do not exist. You call your guys, oh boy, when I come and they do suya, you don't see my
Exactly.
suya. And again,
Exactly.
you use that to bring people together. And you said
Yeah.
you even you incorporated your friends into it. Oh boy, can you go to
Yeah.
Chilewak to deliver this?
Exactly.
Everyone had something to do. And again, you also used that transferable skills that you brought all the way from Nigeria,
Yeah.
putting in that networking to say we did this before. Oh boy, forget. And the same thing, just learn how to tweak it and learn the culture and understand
That
the people, and you did exactly the same thing. For me,
exactly.
that is amazing. And like you said, you've grown, you have
Yeah.
different location,
Yeah.
and now you even have a food bank.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why did you decide to open that food bank?
Yeah.
Because again, there is so much food scarcity in Canada, whether you like it or not. I remember the day I went out to play pickleball at one park and I met one lady and her 7 kids.
Mm.
They were trying to buy things. I looked, I stopped and I sat back. They will pick this one, they will drop it. The children will look at the mom. You will just know that they just came to buy specific things. So they just bought only the basic. And what was that? Just eggs. And they were leaving. They're like, oh no, these people need something. And the lady, the daughter picked the cheese and they looked at the price. She dropped it.
Mm.
And I said to her, I just picked like a couple of them and I gave it to her. And she said, no, 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 it's okay. They didn't come. I said, no, don't worry. And I looked at one of the daughters. I bought her $50 bill and I gave it to the daughter and the youngest one. And I said, buy whatever you want. It's your day. It's a
Right.
happy day to be alive.
Yeah.
And you could see the smile.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to do the food bank?
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the story of that, please?
Yeah, of course. So again, when I was a student, I used to live paycheck to paycheck. Because again, my parents have done their best, and I said, "Don't worry, I'll handle things myself here." So by the time I pay rent, I buy little grocery from African store. I can't even I couldn't even buy any. I remember I only started shopping when I got a job after, like I got a regular full-time job after school because I couldn't go to shopping. Like shopping, I have phone bills. I have hydro views. I have, you know, it was, and you want to send home money back home to, um, yeah. So I felt that need when I was a student, and when I started Vansuya along the line, we used to give out bags of rice randomly, help people who come to us, even people who come to me and cry for jobs, even if I don't want to hire, I just want to help because, you know, it is what it is. We're building our community. We need to help our own. Nobody's gonna help us, right? So along the line, I thought about what, we've been customer funded as a business, no bank loan, nothing, and won't be where we are without the customers. And how can we give back? So I thought about
Mm.
creating a food bank to be able to solve food insecurity within the Afro-Caribbean community. And with the rising cost of inflation, like you said, people are now very cautious of what they go purchase. They're looking at buying price and what is the priority, And for me, I want to be able to put smile on people's faces, regardless. And so we were able to give out free food, free groceries. I remember there was a family guy who came in the first time we gave a hamper. He came in with his two kids and his wife. And I'm like, wow, change the apple for this kind of help. And they grabbed the grocery hamper with all joy and happiness. You know, 4 weeks ago, this young man walked into my store and he was asking me, like, are we going through any any challenges? Because I was trying to get an NGO coordinator to run things for me because I was running the business side and I have a beverage company. So it's a little bit, tough for me to keep up with some things. So I was struggling for a while to get an NGO coordinator, but we gradually got one about 2 months ago, and the person is amazing. And he was like, "Oh, I hope you guys are not having any challenges." I was like, "No, I was funding this thing with my personal money and still funding it with my personal money." A couple of friends have donated, and that's amazing. But he came to me and said, "Hey." He trains himself, he works for these, and I thought he was trying to sell me something. I was like, oh, I don't think I need any mechanical. He said, no, he's just trying to tell me that he has a job now. He said, do I remember him? I said, I don't remember you. He said,
Wow.
guy that came with my two kids and my wife. He said, bro, do you know what that your hamper did for me? He
Wow.
said, I didn't have a job. My wife is a student here. We were struggling. Just that little hamper of, groceries, bag of rice, plantain, or we even had cooked food in it, fruits. He said Indomie is like, do you know what that spaghetti? And he said, do you know what that did for me? And
Mm.
when I hear that, I don't even know this guy, but it's just the impact that we're creating. Another day again, a woman came in with a daughter for a hamper giving. She came in a little bit late, and we're out of stuff. And I said, "Oh, sorry, you came in late." She's like, "Oh, she feels so sad." I said, "But I have something for you." And I ran inside. Even I went to we sell Indomie. So I brought a carton of my sales, like what we have. And I said, okay, maybe I could give this to them because I really see her with a daughter. And I brought 2 boxes of the carton of Indomie. You could see the excitement. She almost hugged me so tight. She's like, my daughter's favorite food is Indomie. Now my daughter has snacks to take to school for
Oh
the
my
day.
goodness.
That was it. I could see the joy, and that's why we created the food bank to be able to help people. And we have the food bank side. We also want to help people with mentorship, people who want to go into the food and beverage space. When I wanted to start, I didn't have anybody who could train me or teach me what I need to know about opening a big location like this, and what it is like. And even my beverage company had to produce. So I want to be able to mentor people. A lot of people start from their home, they don't know how to transition. We want to be able to give them that inspiration and that mind to know that they can achieve what they want to achieve. It's not only for food, but any other thing. We also want to teach people how to cook. We know that some people come in here and they want to just learn how to cook for themselves or for even business. So we want to be able to have classes where we're having like a soup kitchen, where we're having like a hub. People come in and learn how to cook, gain a skill, and all that kind of stuff. So I really started it because I wanted to help people, and we've done a couple of open barbecue, help the community, whether you're Black or you're Caucasian. We want to help you as long as you're in the Surrey area. We want to help, and we just recently launched an initiative. It's called um feed 1,000 people. We're giving out 1,000 free meals in the year 2025. And we're partnering with a lot of organizations, community services, churches, and any organization who's going to listen to this and want to come and partner with us, reach out to us and we can see how we can, we can talk and see how we can send some free meal vouchers. So we want to be able to feed 1,000 people. If we hit 1,000 in 6 months, we're going to increase that to another 1,000. So the goal is to give out free food to people. And we've seen a lot of people come into the door with a free meal voucher and how it's important for them. Food is very important. 2 days ago, I was very hungry at an event. And we were waiting for a surprise birthday, and I was hungry. I said, I did not eat before this event, and they're wasting time to come. I said, waiting beyond this one, and my belly didn't pay me. So I said, can we go and grab the small chops? And they say you can eat. The moment I ate the meat pie and the sausage roll, and I drank water, I came back to life. I was.
Food is life. Come on.
You cannot deny the fact that they say a hungry man is an angry man.
Yes.
The day we did a open barbecue to raise funds, and there was a man who came in. I have the video on our page. When I interviewed him, I said, how do you feel? He's like, bro, I never thought I could eat a meal today. I just walked through this park and I see you giving burgers, barbecue turkey, sausage roll. He said, you made my day. You can see the happiness. He's praying for us. That's what we want to be able to put a smile on people's faces and also empower
It's
people.
so amazing. You talk about giving back to the society, and that's exactly what the Black History Month is about.
Yeah, yeah,
Celebrating the the goodness of other people, celebrating the journey, celebrating the successes, and going back to give the society, say, you know what, I have passed this hurdle, I have crossed this hurdle. Let me also help those who are coming behind me. And again, you talk about
yeah,
mentorship,
yeah,
being able to mentor other people who maybe they've even started where they are, but don't even know how to transit into something bigger. For me, that is really huge. And again, the rising cost of inflation. I was
yeah.
just telling when I came here a couple of years ago, I've not been here for very long. The sack of rice was like $34.
Oh, yeah.
I bought one today, it's $50.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see in less in the span of 3 years, you can see the rising cost of everything.
Of
I
course.
looked at the cost of eggs, like which is the simplest thing anyone could buy. The same thing, the cost is increasing by the day, and you're giving back to the society. God
Yeah,
bless you for being such an amazing person. This is, and I know it's not easy because again, there's cost implication.
yeah,
You are also going out there to give out to people. It's not as though the money is so much, but from what you have, people helped you get to where you've gotten to, and now you're actually giving back. For me, that is so amazing. What advice would you give to young Black entrepreneurs aspiring to make a mark in the food and the beverage industry? You touched on that already, but just tell us, what advice would you just give as regards that?
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I like to say to people when they come to me and talk to me about, or what would you tell me to do differently? Um, I mean, for me, my journey has been from moving to Canada I came to Canada with a dream. Um, I definitely worked hard and I'm still working hard to build my businesses and also to give back. It's been a transformation for me. So my message to people today is simply, um, in a very short sentence, it's no matter where you start, if you
Hmm.
stay focused, you embrace growth, and you remain committed to your vision, success
Hmm.
will follow. It just it's not it's a hack that and God is also it plays a huge part in what we do, right? But working hard, staying focused, embrace growth, and being able to be committed to your vision. When you do those things, success will follow for sure.
Wow, that is really amazing. I like what you said. Stay focused, stay committed, embrace growth, and again, success will follow naturally. Oh my goodness, that is so profound. Now, as we begin to draw this section to a close, can you tell us how do you celebrate the Black History Month within your organization and the broader community? And what activities or initiatives do you promote?
Yeah, so we definitely recognize the Black History Month, and we for us, Black History Month is every day. We celebrate blacks, and we appreciate our team, our people. For us in house, for us as a team, we're celebrating Black History Month by just coming together to, to talk about what has inspired each one of us in Canada as a team. For everybody to learn from. We have people from different part of Nigeria, and people have different stories. And people moved. I had a couple of people who have moved down here, even as a visitor and turning into a status person here. So some of those stories are inspiring. Some of them have done. So we have that part of it. We also on our screens in the restaurant, we are highlighting a couple of black people who have paved the way for us, like Nelson Mandela, Ngozi Iweala, a lot of other people that are across Africa. And another very important thing we did to launch to celebrate Black History Month was the 1,000 meal free meal initiative. We know that this month is a very important month for Black people across the world. It's just important for us to care more about them. We have an event on Friday. For it's
They
called Black.
will be
Yeah, it's
there.
called Black Collective. It's a networking event for Black professionals and organizations. We want to be able to bring people together. We want to talk about how we can be successful and get inspired, and have enjoy good food also for free here. And we have the mayor, we have MPs coming, councilors coming, bigger organizations across the Surrey area and Vancouver. So that's how we're celebrating Black History Month here at Vansuya.
Yeah, and that is so amazing. When I got the invite to be there on Friday, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
If I have to take a day off work, I am definitely going to do that.
yeah,
Because again, that's an opportunity to see other people and see what they do. Over the weekend, I was in Brampton to celebrate the Black History Month, and I met the deputy mayor and met some of the councillors, and it was huge.
yeah.
There was even some ambassador from different African countries. It
Nice.
was a huge celebration. I
Yeah,
celebrated with the people, and I'm like, but they have this kind of celebration where I'm coming from. And now you're letting me know that these
yeah,
things actually even happen around here. Like
yeah,
I said to myself, this year is for me, it's going to be a year of awareness,
yeah. Of
a
course.
year of knowing exactly what is happening around me.
Yeah,
And this for me will be like the closing comment, which I wanted to speak to. Can
yeah,
you speak to other blacks around here? How do we build a community and stay networked? A lot
yeah,
of people they're so focused on their 9 to 5, paying off the bills that nothing else, they don't even see anything else around them. I used to be like that until I woke up and told myself not anymore. I
yeah,
am going all out to do these things. So can you tell us the importance as we bring this to a close
yeah,
of networking, of staying with the community and growing with the community and seeing what other people are doing?
yeah. Um, it's very important for us to be able to try to get out of our comfort zone, um, especially because we are not a majority in where we find ourselves. So being able to go out, even if it's your church, even if it's your like your parakpo. If you are even if it's Nigerian Association events, go out there, connect. Family and friends connect. When they invite me for birthdays, weddings, I try to go because you meet one person every time you go there, and you can never tell when you're gonna be able to have to exchange value, right? Again, I would say to people who are going to listen to this, business is not for everybody. When they invite me to talk to business people, or like I talk a lot in places, I tell people I'm not a business guy who's going to come and tell you leave your 9 to 5 and go do business. I used to do 9 to 5 here before I quit my job, but it's business for me. Yes, it's a passion. It's something I can do without even making money because I know that I can grow something, right? So business is not for everybody. Don't beat yourself if you can be in the business world, but building that network. I remember when I was a student, I used to chase people on LinkedIn just to have coffee dates with them, just to learn from them, just to understand the experience. How do I even break into this industry. Some people taught me how to listen to the news so that when I meet a Caucasian person, I'm like breaking the ice by saying, "Hey, did you see that happen on the news?" Oh, and that starts a conversation. Or recently, I'm learning how to play golf. That's like another networking, me getting out of my comfort zone. I never liked golf from the beginning, but my best friend introduced me to that, and that's a way to also network and meet other people in the class or place you want to be, right? I started playing long tennis. Pickleball is something I want to learn to. I know the same way as long tennis,
What is
but
amazing.
I'm trying to, I registered for a class at Guilford Recreational Center. Again, see, those are things I'm doing to get out of my comfort zone, connect. I might meet somebody. So I would advise people, don't force it, but it's good to get out of your comfort zone because you don't know who you're gonna meet. And networking is very important. In Nigeria, we used to say, "Oh, I'll go call person when I know we know person, we know person." How do you want to do? I will call person we do person we. So
Email.
I remember a guy called me one time, my very good friend. His name is Karakata, very good guy, my friend. Um, and he's a supporter of my business. We talk a lot. He creates opportunities for me. We exchange value. And one time he's also a humanitarian and he helps a lot in the community. He's one of the person who pushed me to open the NGO to give back because he knows that I've been giving back, and he just wanted me to do it in a bigger scale. He called me one day and he's like, "Oh, he's been helping this lady every week. He sends her 250. He's like, he's helping a lot more people. And he's becoming like a board thing. And he's like, "Okay, do you have a job for this person?" I said, "No, we'll go figure out something." And that's how I guess he got a job. And now it's not left for that person to prove themselves to keep on being on the team, right? So at the end of the day, those are the things that going out to connect and network helps a lot. So it's something that I would advise everyone home or everybody listening to this: get off your comfort zone and connect. Very important.
Wow, thank you so much,
Yeah.
EK. That's what
Yeah.
everyone calls you, for
Yeah.
actually taking out time of your very busy schedule. I know how late it is for you.
Yeah.
So actually come out and really talk about this. For me, it is an honor and actually a privilege to really speak to you and just to hear you speak from the heart to the people as we celebrate the Black History Month. Again, and Ike has told us a lot of things that we can put to work.
Yeah.
There's nothing he told us here that is so high up there.
Of
He
course.
went through the same process himself.
Yeah.
He has a story to tell, and he
Yeah.
just shared his story to us. He didn't bamboozle us or anything. He
Yeah.
went to the basketballs too. But
Yeah.
again, this is where he is. He has showed us his journey, and we can do that. Like he said, business might not be for everyone, but everyone to learn how to network
Yeah.
because you never know where that networking will take you. Do you know one of the jobs I got, honestly, is through network. I got it before I even came.
That's
I'm
good.
not joking.
Yeah. That's what
While
it
people were looking for a job,
is. That's what it is.
some people used to say, "Ah, your own matter is always different." I say, yes, because again, we need to learn how to leverage on the networks that we have.
Very
And
important.
again, here, it's important to network. People need to know, like, and trust you. When
Yeah.
people know, like, and trust you, they'll bring you into a circle and
Yeah.
you'll be amazed at what you would know and the information that will be made available to you. So we
Yeah.
need to have that network and build a community.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you've shared so much with us today, and I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing with us all the way from Delta State to Canada. And again, he's shown us that it is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible. For me, in a nutshell, all that Ike has shared with us today is to tell us it is possible.
Yeah.
Believe in your dreams, fuel your dreams, get out of your comfort zone, and whatever you dream of, it is possible. Again, your final words, as we say the final thank you. I know that I need to let you go right now.
Yeah. I mean, for me, anybody who wants to definitely reach out to me, I'm sure you can put up my information, my email, or my sister's email. They can reach out to me. If anybody also wants to invest in Canada and wants to, understand, the landscape of business here, I'm also open to that collaboration, sponsorship,
Mhm.
funding, for our NGO and all that kind of stuff. We're open to that. And I'm very passionate on seeing Black people or people, especially Nigerians. I'm passionate seeing us take over. Vancouver is a growing market and there's a lot of opportunities, and this is the time for us.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to hook up with you on that. I need to have some business networking business with you again. Thank you so much. And everyone else, like you said, you can reach out to him. I'll send up his share his information. He has graciously asked us to do that. For me, that is an honor and also a privilege. Thank you so much, and everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.